Hi folks, Dino Bob here, back in California Paleopark with another set of Tyrants today. This time, Tarbosaurus from the Nemegt formation. And we're going to start the video here by the tyrannosaur sign uh, on the path through the Hell Creek area. You can see ahead of us the guest amenities area that we saw briefly in the last video. And when we saw that, it was not a connector, it was a little alcove off the path. And now that alcove has been turned into the connector, as I mentioned, so we can go past the toilet facilities and around the bend to a new path. And ahead of us in the distance is our destination. You can see the rectangular structure there, and that is a prefab that I built some time ago of a wheelchair lift. And obviously the intent is to get wheelchair-bound guests up to the level of the viewing platform that you can see behind it. I probably need to do some lettered signage for this, but I haven't figured out exactly what I want to say, or have it say, I should say. So it's not there yet. You can see keep a gate on the left there for access into part of the habitat. And we go up the two-stage stairs to the Y-shaped viewing platform. We've got one of our animals out there in the distance. And this whole area is elevated like the Tyrannosaurus habitat in the Hell Creek area. And it's one of the highest portions of the park, at least so far, because this map has a lot of elevation change. The initial setup is not even in the median, well, median may not be the right word, but the middle level height. It's already somewhat elevated from the lowest level. So this is an elevated area of the habitat, and you can see the feeding pan out there. We've got all the necessary guests using the place stuff. Looking across those rocks is the tyrannosaur paddock, and just a chance right there in the center that if the tyrannosaurs come up there, they can be seen from here. And I wanted to have mostly a habitat that would survive well without any special care in this climate where the zoo is. So elevated view, you can see it's largely a great circle. In the upper right corner there is an entrance to the care building. There are two ponds, and the viewing area projects out into the habitat, giving guests a more all around you kind of experience for seeing these large animals. There's a passage underneath the more rectangular portion of the viewing area so the animals can get through to either side of the habitat there, as well as in the main area of the habitat. So we're cutting down now to the entrance to the care area. It isn't finished out with all the keeper necessities. It's just the space is blocked out and the fence is put in and the sleeping beds there for the animals to rest on. So that's obviously something I'd have to come back and do to put in some of those facilities. But I've already changed my mind a couple of times on how some of this works. You can see the support beams there, which I'd originally left out. And when we get to the animal footage, you'll see why that is something I still need to do some, give some attention to. Anyway, so we have one of, I think, our males trying to think if he wants to come into the building, and eventually deciding not to. Um, the bright red one is definitely one of our males. Um, there are two males to go along with the female as a social group, which makes it a little bit different from the Tyrannosaurus. Hence the non-separation of the animals in this one, since they seem to be a more social version of a tyrannosaur. So nighttime shots, because it was a uh, long record, if you will, um, and it did get to be nighttime. And by the time it was time to look at animals, uh, it was dark. But we've got enough light to see them most of the time here because the moon is up. Little harder to tell their colors apart. One of the males is very bright, and the other one is much closer to the female's colors. Uh, so I can't always tell that second male and the female apart. We're getting near the end now. Got a tyrannosaur coming in to go for bedtime. I hope you enjoyed this somewhat short view of this exhibit, and you'll be back for another one next week. Till then, you all take care of each other. Be kind. Be kind to me sometimes. Drop a like, a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you again in another video. That's all for then about today. Bye now.